Election 93. Watch Channel 2 News.
Hard copy. Tonight, a body in the woods discovered by teenagers, but no one says a word.
I cannot imagine anyone not reporting this.
For weeks, the kids played at the killing ground, but they kept silent. It was their horrifying secret.
I have seen people stop traffic to get a dog out of the road. And we're talking about a human being.
Deadly silence.
Cher, her outrageous clothes, her perfect body, her boyfriends. Once it seemed like she was always in the news, but now it looks like she's hiding, her life surrounded by mystery. Exclusive, Where's Cher?
Howard Stern.
Hard copy. You can't do a report about that. I might have some talent that I've got millions and millions of fans. That you can't do.
It's been a war of words between the bad boy of radio and hard copy. But now, an historic peace treaty.
Now that I'm a best-selling author, I'm ready to make truces.
Hard copy and Howard give peace a chance.
The hard copy, I think it's great.
No year, no month, no day would be complete without a Claudia Schiffer calendar.
More sexy, more glamorous, fresher.
Bring on 1994. We've got your calendar girl.
For Wednesday, October 20th, 1993, this is Hard Copy.
Hello and welcome, I'm Barry Nolan.
And I'm Terry Murphy, glad you could join us. Robbie Bailey was missing for weeks. His parents were worried sick. Little did they know his friends knew exactly where Robbie was. He was dead, and they kept it secret. Julie Harmon has the story.
I have seen people stop traffic to get a dog out of the road. And we're talking about a human being.
A body discovered in the woods. Yet no one said a word.
The biggest thing was the fact is he was my son. He was a boy. And I'd always wanted a boy. And Robbie fulfilled that dream.
Calvin Bailey has learned the hard way that dreams don't always come true. He watched his son Robbie grow up and grow restless, running with the rowdy kids in Northwest Houston.
I tried the best I could as a father, but there's things that he wanted to do that I couldn't understand.
He left his father's house in December of 1989. He was 15 and came to live with me. He ran away 23 times that year, not because of trauma or stress, but because he wanted to be on his own. He knew he could make it if we just leave him alone.
I ran away from home, and I wanted to be on my own, so I knew what it was like. And he assured me, he's, Pop, I can take care of myself. I can handle it. I'm okay.
Calvin came to accept Robbie's long stretches away from home, got used to the unexpected visits, the late-night collect calls, the messages passed along by his teenage friends.
As long as he was in the neighborhood, I didn't worry about anything, because I knew right where he was at. I could always call a couple of his friends, and there he was.
Robbie was a boy in a hurry to be a man, but he never got the chance. Just weeks before his 19th birthday, Robbie's cocky independence was silenced by a blow to the skull. His compact body lay in the woods not far from his father's home. Yet for the first time, Calvin Bailey's ragtag network of informants fell apart. Though Robbie's murder was common knowledge in the neighborhood rumor mill, his own father would be the last to know.
Police say that for about a month, local kids would come to this heavily wooded area along Langham Creek to take a look at Robbie Bailey's body. And each time they left, they'd take a little souvenir with them, a piece of hair, a bit of clothing. But what's really chilling about this story is that these kids knew Robbie. They were his friends. But they didn't tell the police, and they didn't tell Robbie's family anything about their terrible secret.
Robbie had been scarce for weeks and failed to call as his birthday drew near, a sure sign that something was wrong. Calvin, his wife Wanda, and his ex-wife Jeannie spread the word that this time Robbie was really missing. In mid-August, Houston police recovered the skeleton of a John Doe found by two little boys playing in the woods. Desperate for news of their son, the Baileys worked the phones.
And we called one of his little friends, and a little girl had answered the phone and stated that, well, he's dead. Didn't you know he was dead? And that was it. And then later we had called the
Murder and his decomposing body had taken on mythic proportion among local kids. It was life imitating art, an ugly echo of the teen cult movie River's Edge, where dark ethics blur the line between keeping secrets and committing sacrilege.
Oh my God.
Only this time, it was for real.
Some of the kids who went out to see Robbie's body were kids who you knew.
Yeah, some of them were.
Who had been in your house.
Yeah.
Who were his friends.
Supposedly his friends. If they were his friends, I didn't want to meet any of his enemies.
The Baileys say police have questioned almost 70 kids about Robbie's murder. More than 3 months later, there are hundreds of rumors, but still no suspects in custody.
I cannot imagine anyone not reporting this. It makes me wonder what's happened to our kids today.
You know, the peer pressure, and I mean, everybody else is doing it. I can't act like I'm different, but I think that if all of them could just be alone and admit to themselves how they felt about this, I think they would be just as devastated as we are.
And so it comes to this. A young man hell-bent for independence dies alone, yet strangely surrounded by friends.
There is no freedom. And the sooner the kids realize that, the better off they're going to be. But they're out there seeking it. And they all want their rights, their rights, their rights. I'm sick of hearing about the kids' rights. You know, I mean, they have the right to die in the woods. How about that for a right?
And a father learns too late that dreams can become nightmares.
He always had fabulous dreams.
What were his dreams?
He couldn't wait to buy me a house in the country with cows and chickens. He would reach for the moon. He always felt that he was going to live forever, but he wasn't any different from any other kid. I just want people to stop and take time with their kids and get to know their kids again. Because I found out the hard way I didn't know my son very well at all.
Police say the delay in finding Robbie's body may make it impossible to capture his killer.
Now, Cher comes out of hiding to answer the rumors.
Are you pregnant?
Well, it's the Immaculate Conception. I haven't been with anybody in a year.
She's lost and found. That's next.
And then Howard Stern and Hard Copy.
Now that I'm a best-selling author, I'm ready to make truces.
Give peace a chance.
Tomorrow on Hard Copy, she called herself a psychic channeler.
I come on to you because I love you.
But when she got busted for burglary, the soothsayer saw jail time coming, and she skipped out of town. Now it's an all-out search for the psychic fugitive. Then, on Friday, another Kennedy wedding, but this one's surrounded in scandal. His first wife, the mother of his twins, won't give him an annulment, but he's getting married anyway.
This is not Camelot Revisited. This is not a first marriage. It's a second marriage.
Joseph Kennedy II, no church wedding. Friday on Hard Copy.
We figure there are two basic ways to sell you a new Plymouth Sundance. The first is to tell you what it comes with. The other is to tell you what it goes for.
Imagine a fantastic journey to the very edge of reality.
Surprised, aren't you?
Imagine a world where night lasts forever.
I am the pumpkin
king. And every shadow has a life of its own.
You made flesh crawl. Ooh.
Touchstone Pictures presents a movie where anything can happen. Imagine what your parents will think. Tim Burton's The Nightmare.
Now playing exclusively at the Sutton 1 and 2 starts Friday citywide.
Nobody does it better.
Nobody does it better than Toyota 94.
Makes me feel sad.
We made the Tercel easily affordable, and over 25 years of Corolla dependability just gets better with dual airbags. And your Toyota dealer's 94 Intro has new 94 Corollas at 93 monthly lease payments. The best cars, the best deals at your Toyota dealer's 94 Intro.
Hi, I got this letter from a deputy sheriff. Kiwi strawberry cocktail has become the main drink of all the officers I work with. I love a man in uniform.
We had a down period in the jail one night.
This one is good.
Isn't it? We were bored. I found the address was printed on there.
Where's that address I found?
So I said, what the heck? I'm going to write them a letter and tell them how much I like their product. Most law enforcement officers drink coffee and eat donuts all night long. Some of us drink Snapple.
Snapple's made from the best stuff on earth.
Cher, with her movies, her singing, her body, her boyfriends, she was everywhere. But then she simply disappeared. Until now. Cher, she was once the star of stage and screen, America's favorite cover girl. Now she's running for cover.
She walked in and everybody stared and said, "Is that Cher?"
She dropped out of sight for a whole year. No movies, no concerts, no albums.
She's been hiding in Malibu in her home. She's been hiding anywhere that nobody can find her.
Then Cher ran all the way to London, where she finally came out of hiding. Cher even appeared on a talk show just to clear up some rumors, like the one that she's pregnant.
Yes, we
Are you?
Well, it's the Immaculate Conception. I haven't been with anybody in a year, so if I am, I'm going to really make some news. Yeah, you guys will be the first to know.
Cher hasn't been in a serious relationship for 2 years now, but she still has fond memories of Bagel Boy Rob Camilletti.
And I saw this man across the room, and it just hit me. I mean, it was unbelievable. And I turned to my friend and I said, I've just seen the most handsome man I've ever seen in my life. And she looked at him and she didn't really think much at all. And I was just, I mean, it just knocked my socks off. He actually saw me. We were both looking at each other all night, but when one person would look, the other person would look away. When it comes to men, if there's 5,000 in a room, I don't care. If there's one that I care about, I'm really shy. I'm really stupidly backward, you know, immature about people that I'm really connected with. I can do anything in front of, you know, 50,000 people, but really difficult in front of a few people that I care about.
But Cher was in London with 2 boys, 2 very young boys, Beavis and Butthead.
This is so silly. I came to do a duet of I Got You, Babe with Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead are two cartoon characters. They're like 14-year-old, really nerdy, stupid teenage boys, and they're very popular in America, and I think they've just started being shown over here.
The wacky cartoon was something she could have done in Hollywood, but she just wanted to get away from it all. In fact, Cher has even considered retiring.
I actually have thought about it, but I still like what I do. I mean, I like the performance part of it. I like interacting with the people. I don't particularly like the interview part of it. Like, I don't like the business part of it. I still love, I mean, I love being on stage. I love singing.
After almost 30 years, Cher has a right to ponder retirement. After 3 decades of headdresses, beads, bangles, belly buttons, garters, and tattoos, all hanging off the perfect body.
I try to do 45 minutes, at least 45 minutes of aerobics, like 4 or 5 times a week, and I do a weight training program for like 40 minutes every other day, and not Sunday ever. But I gotta tell you something, the older you get, the harder it is.
I think Cher gaining weight is a sign of a tremendous change in her life. I think we're going to see her making other changes in her career. She's reevaluating what films she wants to do and whether she wants to do infomercials. And probably it will show that she will reevaluate what role men play in her life.
But Cher's has been a full life. Music, movies, men. It's enough good material for a feature-length film. So what do you say, Cher?
Would you like to have a film made about your life, a la Tina Turner?
Yeah. Who would play you? I don't know.
Cher says if her life story were made into a movie, she might like it, but Sonny wouldn't be too pleased with his portrayal.
Now radio's bad boy turns good. Howard Stern calls a truce next.
Also, make a date with Claudia, the calendar girl.
The pictures are more sexy, more glamorous, fresher.
12 months of Claudia.
Take a look. See what you'll find. Sears has hardware of a much softer kind. We've got clothes dryers to wear in a storm. Pop-up toasters to keep you all warm. Woo! Stunning flashlights to brighten the place. Electric pumps and plungers in lace. It's a prettier style. We're changing around here. Come see the softer side of Sears.
You've got a sore throat, a painful cough, a stuffy nose. Give them the trademarked vapor action of Hall's Mentholyptus cough tablets and feel better fast. Hall's Vapor Action, only in the halls of medicine.
For allergies that hurt, Benadryl Allergy Sinus Headache combines maximum strength relief for sinus pain and pressure with the histamine blocker, Benadryl. Benadryl Allergy Sinus Headache from Park Davis.
This yours?
Yeah, you like it?
Oh, sure. Place is great. My favorite color, too. Buy a lease.
Lease, of course.
That new 24-month smart lease?
Yeah, it's Chevy's most affordable smart lease ever.
So you're paying just $299 a month for 24 months.
That's right, $299 a month.
V6, anti-lock brakes, four-wheel drive.
That's just the beginning.
Don't I know it?
Get a Chevy Blazer for $299 a month for 24 months and an initial payment of just $18.84.
Hey, my day will come.
Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Andrew Lloyd Webber brings Broadway his record-breaking new production of his very first musical. It's the season's most Technicolorful engagement. The family ticket at the end of the rainbow. The most amazing Joseph ever. Michael Damian stars in Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat beginning October 26th for 11 weeks only at Broadway's Minskoff Theater. Call Ticketmaster today and go, 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 Joseph!
Howard Stern. Millions listen to him every morning on the radio, and millions more can't stand the guy. When we've done stories about Howard in the past, he hasn't exactly been overjoyed. In fact, he gave us a bad rap on his radio show. But now, as Anthony Kaleka reports, it seems Howard is ready to give up the fight.
It's been a war of words. Yeah, all hard copy. We can't do a report about that. I might have some talent that I've got millions and millions of fans. That you can't do.
It's been a battle of barbs.
You know what? Why don't you leave? Why don't you go?
And it's been no secret that hard copy and shock jock Howard Stern were in a fight to the finish. Until now. Seems the man who's made a living off insults, who's verbally destroyed every DJ in his path to get to the top, is ready to play nice. Especially now, in the wake of all the publicity surrounding his new book.
Absolutely, I'm ready. Now that I'm a best-selling author, I'm ready to make truces.
It's the biggest peace treaty of the year. Well, maybe not the biggest, but still just as surprising. Howard Stern wants peace with hard copy. Is this just more publicity for that book?
For hard copy, I think it's great. I think people really like what we're doing, have a good sense of humor. The book's gotten a lot of good reviews, and people are responding to it.
It's a sellout all across the country, topping the New York Times bestseller list. Just look at the mob he attracts on his book signing tour. Even the Beatles didn't cause this much gridlock.
He's great. We love him.
I'll do it all over again.
Because his
he's so innovative. His humor is in a class by itself.
He speaks the truth.
They came from miles around to catch a glimpse of their radio god. The weird, the obsessed, the love-smitten, the flashy, and the truly touched.
I couldn't have believe I saw him.
989, man. Because Howard, she's so Howard. Man, she's so good. She saw the...
Wow, this is getting out of hand. They even exhausted New York's finest.
I love them back, of course. You guys are doing all the hard work. I want people to have a good time with my sense of humor and get a good laugh. You know, I don't think everyone will ever like me. I think they're, you know, highly controversial. Some people are going to dislike me, some people are going to love me, some people don't know what to make of me. But as long as they get a good laugh, I don't care.
It was a side of Howard we weren't used to. A man we once called a bully, extending his long arms in friendship. We even got to meet the family.
There's a lot of truth in what he says that people themselves don't want to say. They just think it. He's merely voicing their feelings.
I think that's part of his charm. I think that's what everybody loves about Howard. He says what everyone is thinking.
Even his very understanding wife, Allison.
It was excellent. That's right, my baby son.
Well, Mrs. Stern, that's some big baby. But don't take that the wrong way.
Shut up and sit down.
Let the world know that the self-proclaimed king of all media has placed a welcome mat in front of his castle. Hard Copy and Howard Stern finally give peace a chance.
For Hard Copy, now that I'm a best-selling author, I'm ready to make truces.
I don't know, Barry. I think it's time for your encore performance on Howard's radio show.
Well, that was 15 minutes of the most interesting part of my life, but maybe it is time to kiss and make up Howard. Now it's that time of year to shop for next year's calendar, and if you are interested in one that is extremely accurate...
Tennessee William. Good afternoon. Here's a look at what's ahead.